Hello viewers, and today I have actually got a bugged loadout that you can use in Warzone. Now you would think using a bugged loadout is actually going to give you a massive disadvantage while you're playing Warzone, but this particular graphical bug does actually make it slightly easier with this loadout. This is the FiNN LMG, and as you can see it's in its sort of minigun variant, and that's because in the stock attachment slot I'm using the chainsaw attachment. This means that the hipfire accuracy is extremely improved and you can sort of run around as if it's a bit of a minigun really. But the thing that's bugged about it is that the gun essentially hardly appears on your screen, giving you maximum visibility while you're fighting the enemy. But before I break down these attachments for you and show you some awesome gameplay with this completely bugged FiNN LMG, it would be amazing if you could consider subscribing to the channel. I'm working my way now towards 1,000 subscribers, and it would be really cool if you enjoy these types of videos, which I try and upload every single day, that you could subscribe and leave a like on this video to let the YouTube algorithm know that you want to see more of this content. Feel free to pause the video here if you want to jump straight into Warzone, as these are the attachments that I'm using. And so, starting off in the muzzle attachment slot, we are using the monolithic suppressor, because even though this is going to be a minigun, we still want to improve that long range effectiveness for those essentially medium range fights, because as you all know, as it's going to be a hip fire weapon, we still want each bullet to carry as much damage potential as possible. And so this monolithic suppressor, as well as providing that all important sound suppression, will provide a 10% boost to damage range and a 15% boost to bullet velocity. One of the most important attachments that you can use for this type of FiNN LMG is this XRK Pro Twist Adverse barrel. You may wonder what adverse means if you haven't used the FiNN before, and it essentially means that it will allow for the maximum rate of fire without actually losing any damage potential over range. Now this particular barrel will improve the range by 19% and the fire rate will be improved by 58%. So this is essentially just meaning that the DPS, or the damage per second, is 58% higher, providing all of the bullets hit of course, but we do lose a little bit of bullet velocity at -17%, but we pretty much have clawed back at that already with the monolithic suppressor. As this is essentially a minigun and the barrel is massively improving that rate of fire, we want as many bullets in the belt as possible before we've got to spend precious time reloading. And we are using the 5.56 NATO 100 round belt. You'll notice these other two options are actually CT round belts, which means that they're cased telescoped ammunition, and they're essentially terrible. They have no damage range and the bullet velocity is reduced. You do gain a tiny bit of movement speed, but that's only if you use the 75 round belts, and so I would definitely recommend only using the NATO 100 round belt. Of course, in order to make this FiNN LMG into a minigun, we need to use the XRK chainsaw stock in the stock attachment slot. This has a whole host of improvements, including a 125 millisecond sprint to fire time improvement, as well as an even bigger 187 millisecond improvement to tactical sprint to fire. We also gain a bit of movement speed improvement at 2%. The hip fire area, of course, gets a whopping boost of 67%. This means that the hip fire bloom is going to be 67% smaller, meaning that the bullets are going to be flying at the enemy in a more concentrated area. And sprint speed is also improved by 2%, which can really help when you're moving from cover to cover and you don't want to have to sort of switch to your other weapon, as this is essentially your close range weapon. And for the final attachment, so that we're nice and in the action for as long as possible, I'm using the sleight of hand perk in the perk attachment slot. Put simply, this will just reduce the reload time by 1.54 seconds, which is very much going to make a difference in those firefights. When you know that you've got more enemy coming at you, you've got 1.5 seconds extra to reload your weapon and ready yourself for the next wave of enemies. But let me know down in the comments if you do give this FiNN LMG a go. And at the moment, as I mentioned, it is a completely sort of bugged animation or graphical glitch, I suppose you could call it, which gives you really good visibility when you're using this weapon. You essentially could only see the end of the barrel. But anyway, let me know if you give it a go nonetheless. Leave a like if you enjoy the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the gameplay. Just me and you, Charlie.
Supply run contract identified.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Friendly UAV overhead.
Oh jeez, they're all up. Yeah, no one's near us. We're gonna push prison.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Someone's just jumped out onto the shop, just here.
Lovely.
Downed
Nice.
him.
Gas is closing in.
Get that finished. Pushing roof, we've did it.
Just reloading them, coming up.
Only 25 left. Keep up the good work. Enemy UAV overhead.
One left on the roof, George.
Okay, I've got stuns.
You can just help me
Enemy
get in.
dropping into the AO.
Stun grenade out.
Enemy
No,
precision
nothing.
airstrike. Take
Precision,
cover.
come back.
Yeah.
AT mine primed.
Oh well, base teammates come back. Then we'll kills.
Safe. You lost the enemy trackers.
He's
I
around
think he's around the corner inside.
Grenade out.
Oh, he's not.
Contact.
No,
Alright,
he's
am I in the way?
still around the corner. He's still around the corner.
I've just stunned though.
We've got a loadout
He's
drop
not here.
inbound.
Are you on about outs? Oh, I just saw him. That's ridiculous. Did you get... You tap.
Oh dear, oh shit, George.
Safe zone.
Oh my god, he's run back,
coming up.
he's run back. No, he's outside.
I couldn't tell where he
He's
was.
outside, round the corner, the right.
Okay. I've got another stun.
Yeah, that's
Stun
not
grenade out.
good.
You want an armor?
Yeah, please. Okay.
Just throwing off someone by us.
Thank you. Teammates are down here on the shop.
Okay. We can't really get round there very easily, can we?
Just reload. No one's up here, Where are these throwing arms coming from?
That's what I mean.
They're on the big tower, the big side, and let's push.
How about we walk this off?
The water tower or the big tower?
The big tower.
They're also just in the doorway, I think. Like in one of the they're just in one of the windows. I can't really peek now. I've got no
In
armor.
here.
I've just beat a guy with a shotgun with a Type 63.
No time to sleep on the job. AT mine primed.
Oh, fuck's sake, I can't shoot through that fucking window.
Losing ground.
I can hear him.
There he is. The shotgun.
They're lighting me up.
Okay, I've stunned him. That's ridiculous. I had him stunned and he still came around the corner.
Nice, George. Oh, coming out.
Stun grenade out.
They're not coming out, they're just below. They're flying down here.
I really struggle to work out if it's above or below.
They're different sounds.
AT mine primed.
That's so annoying.
Gas is closing
Just threw a
in.
mine and it just
Relocating
fell
safe
through the
zone.
floor.
I think they're on the roof, George.
Enemy
Oh, here they are. I
UAV
found them outside just
Been
here.
looted.
Outside
Keep your
that
eyes
door.
open.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the safe zone.
He's just gone to that building that overlooks the shop. Pretty positive.
Yep, just dump one in the window. Oh, on one, mate.
Whereabouts?
On this corner. Outside here. Coming in your entrance now.
He's above
to
us,
yours.
isn't he?
Okay.
Kill.
Okay, his teammates. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, his teammates on the
Enemy
roof.
dropping into the AO.
They're all landing
I
on
just
the
dropped
roof.
in.
AT mine primed.
Gas is closing in. Relocating
The fact that we're doing
safe
this as a
zone.
2 in their quads.
Oh my god, there's loads on the roof.
Yeah, I've got a mine up there
here.
so they can't come in. They can't come in.
He's baiting me because one of them's got a riot shield. Stupid.
Tracking
One's in
enemy.
there.
Oh my god, he's
Three
stuck me.
times
Oh
at a
my
time.
god, he just. Oh my god. They come in, let me get myself up.
Stun grenade out. AT mine primed.
Okay, tap me. Nice. Yeah, one of them's got a but, let's just.
My mine's just gone off and broken his armor at the top of the stairs.
Holy shit. They're shooting me from chemical. Are you shooting them?
Yeah, I broke his armor. He's hiding now.
Yeah. I can beam him as soon as he's big. Oh. Yeah.
We have to get to the safe zone.
Push down, George, push down. You can't shoot it.
Sustaining fire.
That was from prison roof.
Yeah. It's alright.
All good. Bit UAV as well.
But I'm not gonna risk it.
As soon as you find, he's actually at the shop now. There's a guy at the shop.
I'm
Got
coming.
contact.
You've got gas inbound. Safe
A guy
zone.
there as well. See, the annoying thing is now our loadouts just despawn. It's the guy on the roof.
Oh!
The team is KIA. It's up to you now. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Please reload.
Four targets remain. Good work.
How about we walk this off?
Did you really do that?
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. Gas is inbound.
1v4. This is going to go excellently.
Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.